show. Good evening to everyone, to all of you guys who are enjoying this long weekend. Have a blast, enjoy every moment of it. So again, my name is Angie, and you are tuning in to Talk Show. Angie's Talk Show today is an amazing day for me to be interviewing two wonderful ladies who are way back from the Philippines, and they are here to joining us. But first off, I know that it is such an amazing day outside. Some of you guys might be out, but if you are tuning in, if you are with us tonight, I am super glad that you are here. So, anyways, we're gonna be starting our talk show. But first of all, I'm gonna be telling you a little bit about why we are doing what we are doing. So we are we did an initiative, me and Joy started an initiative just because we have heard about what's going on in the Philippines and with the teachers and also the students in the Philippines. So now I have seen on how the like how hard it is to be continuing their school out there, and with the help of one mother who came and approached me and say that they are needing these walkie talkies in order for them to continue their school. So now I am very proud that we have Mary and Mel who are going to talk to us on some updates. But first off, I'm gonna be telling you and why we're doing what we do in Angie's Talk Show is we want to bring you some updates all over the world and at the same time increase your branding. So if you really want to be here on the show, let me know and hit me a message. And I am booking towards the end of June. So we have wonderful guest speakers or in the talk show and the following Saturdays, and also a lot of people around the world watching us, and they're eager to hear from you. So if you have any great, wonderful message, come and join me on the talk show. So again, I want to thank you, every single one of you who are here with us tonight. It's been a pleasure to be with you. So I am going to introduce you our co-host tonight, Miss Joy Tajanlangit, a life coach and a business coach. And I am going to introduce you Mary Hazel, who is a principal in the school of this school that I've been telling you in Bukay Abra. If you don't know that, Googleize it and find out where's the where's Bukay Abra. But it's such a beautiful place, very remote in the Philippines. And I'm also bringing you Mel, who is a teacher in that school as well. So first off, I'm gonna be asking them on some updates on what have they done and what are they doing so far. But first off, I'm gonna be introducing you my co-host Joy. Hello, Joy. How are you?
Hi, Angie. I'm doing great, and it's good to see you. And thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this talk show tonight. I am so excited because this all started when I think about a month ago when we were talking to each other about this initiative that is going on in a rural school in Abra. And thank you, Angie, for bringing me into the fold because it is something that is worthwhile doing, and we can change the lives of so many kids with this kind of initiative.
Yeah, and I want to thank you very much, Joy, because you are always there, willing to help in every way you can. And you even brought your parents to help us out and bringing those funds there. And we're talking about like 20 units of walkie talkies going to the Philippines. And I am so proud that whatever it is that you have been doing in everything that I do, in all the initiative that I am doing. Thank you so very much for coming and helping me out with these things. You have a wonderful, great heart and willing to help anytime. So thank you so much, Joy, for joining me, being my co-host on this show tonight. So let's go ahead and say hello to Miss Mary from Bukay Abra, who is the principal of this school. So she is actually an amazing individual. There was a time that I was talking to her. I don't know, but I'm staying late at night, and then I wake up. Just to tell you honestly, in the Philippines, it's only 10 a.m. Like it's 10 a.m. Sunday in the morning, and when I talked to her, it's 3 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines, and I said, Mary, why are you still up? Because he's responding to me and said, well, I'm doing some work for the school. She is a very hardworking young principal who is giving all her heart in order for these students to get what they need. So I'm super proud of her, and I'm just very happy to have her on the show tonight. So, Mary, tell us a little bit about you.
Hello world! Mabuhay Philippines! Arya Abra, Abanda Bukay, and Ranyag Bukay North. Hello Miss Angie! Hello Miss Joy! What an amazing and a very exciting moment to be with you this moment. And what a great pleasure and an opportunity to be invited to share with you what our school has been doing to cope up and hurdle the challenges in the delivery of basic education services amidst COVID-19 pandemic in our country. So this project, we call it Teach Talk. The title of our project is Teach Talk, that stands for Teachers Engagement, Action and Commitment in Assisting Learners at Home to Think, Ask, Listen, and Build New Knowledge in the New Normal. So what is this all about? It is using a very traditional or old means of communication on what we call the walkie-talkie or the two-way radio, wherein teachers and the learners would be utilizing these walkie-talkies to deliver their lessons every day. One session in the morning and one session in the afternoon. So it is as if they are just like in the classroom, wherein their teachers are there to assist what their needs through direct communication. There is an interaction between and among them. So parents now are happy perhaps because they had been deloaded. They have an ample time to look for a living because they are very confident now that teachers are there to assist their children to answer what are their queries or questions regarding the content of their modules. But since then, many of them do not have the learning devices, they do not have the means to have the allowances for the load if they are going to use cell phone. It came to our mind the idea of this project. So this is how the project evolved or started.
Wow, that is amazing. So what happened? Like the government is like not allowing students to go to school. Is that why?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Face to face at present is still discouraged because the availability of the vaccine is not yet quite adequate. The population is not yet vaccinated. So up to now, in the Philippines, we are not holding yet face to face classes, ma'am.
Wow. So what happened with I do believe there is what do you call uh, a means of communication or in cell phone, but you just said that people are not capable of paying because it's going to be very expensive for the cell phone for them to be talking and connecting with the teachers, right?
That's right, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. And how about internet? How about like for example, like a laptop or an iPad? Like there's no such thing.
Yes, as surfaced in the survey that we had conducted during the start of the school year, many of the families do not have those gadgets or those devices. They don't have the means to purchase those. That's why we opted to go for printed distance learning. This is through purely printed learning materials. They learn through these materials as we distribute them weekly. And they were asked to answer these materials with the assistance of their parents.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for those updates that is happening in the Philippines. But how is the COVID-19? Is it high? Still in there, the numbers of people being sick with the COVID, or how's the situation in there?
Number of cases are increasing uh, because uh, because of the mobility of people. That's
Wow.
why uh, I do not let our teachers to conduct home visitations because we are
Mm-hmm.
protecting them also, even the safety
Mm-hmm.
of the learners and parents. And
Yeah.
this
Mm-hmm.
using two-way radio is a very practical and a very effective means because there is an interaction, there is connection without compromising the health of the both parties, the teachers and the learners as well.
That's very smart. So how is the batteries in that walkie-talkies? Does it last long?
The battery lasts for an hour because the session is up to 45 minutes. The parts of the lesson, as usual in the classroom, are even delivered using this radio. So I designed a template where the teachers could use it as a guide for the session will last for at least 30 to 45 minutes, ma'am.
Mm.
Okay, okay. So, oh my gosh, so that's still expensive if the battery will last for just an hour. Is it chargeable or do they need an actual battery? Oh, chargeable. Okay, that's a good
The
one.
units are chargeable, ma'am,
Oh, very
regardless of the unit.
nice. Very nice. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so do you have already enough walkie-talkies that goes around or how is it now? Like I know that we send 20 units of those walkie-talkies, but do you have enough now for all the students?
At present, we do not have enough. We are just grateful that there are parents who volunteered to buy the units at their own expenses. And as we source out funds, we were able to collect at least 49 units. So as of the moment, we are still in need of 68 units to come up with a 1:1 ratio for our 135 learners from kindergarten to grade 6 po.
Okay, so what happened then if there's only 40 something, like so the students will have on and off kind of thing?
No, ma'am. On the daily lessons, those who have the units, the teacher has to proceed conducting the lessons while the scheduled classes, we schedule 2 classes in every 2 weeks to have the total enumeration. The whole enrollment in each class will be having the radio so that the class will go on smoothly. And then after 2 weeks, we retrieve the radios and turn over to another set of classes so that
Oh,
by the end of
wow.
the school year, all learners would have the chance to experience how to use these radios, ma'am.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot of decrease in the education of the kids if that's happening. Especially, for example, those kids who are about to graduate, it's going to be hard for them, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, well, at the same time, I know that there's a lot of people who are watching us right now, and if you can tell how much for a walkie-talkie, how much for per unit.
At this moment, we are using a unit which costs 1,250 for one, including the shipping fee. But if we go for a better one, we have the Cygnus UV86 that costs 1,500. We go for a more expensive unit because we are after on quality. Because we believe that if face-to-face is not yet allowed for the next school year, but at least we still have something to use.
Okay, so 1,250 guys, it's equivalent Joy, I know that you know this. It's around $33 to $35 a unit.
Yes, it's around that. It's around that number.
Okay, so it's 33 to $35 per unit, and that's 1,250. And from that amount, 33 to $35, that will be enough to buy one unit of walkie-talkie, and they will have also some extra to feed the kids once a month at least, right? Joy, Mary?
Yes, ma'am, we are doing that currently. We are having our project, and I'm proud to say that we are doing the initiative to have the Busog, Lusog, Talino program.
Wow, busog, lusog, talino. I love that. That is amazing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Joy? Busog, lusog, talino. I like that, Joy.
Yeah,
That's
that
amazing.
is really good, and I can see the passion of Mary
I know.
Hazel for the kids, and
Mm-hmm.
also when I listen to Mel actually giving those updates and
Mm-hmm.
in a newscaster format, that is really amazing, Mel.
Yeah.
And
They're, yeah.
actually this is kind of then you know what why my parents are got involved with this. It's so easy for me to convince them that
Mm-hmm.
Angie and I are gathering some funds to buy these two radios, and I explained to
Mm-hmm.
my parents over dinner, and they said,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, we'll give 3 units." So it was so easy for them because you know why? They were school teachers. They were grade school teachers when they were in the Philippines. So before my dad
Mm-hmm.
became involved in the military, he was a grade school teacher. I think he was teaching like grade six, grade five, grade six. And my nanay um, is a retired grade two teacher, and and I saw her
Oh,
passing. And so when I discussed this with them, it was just an easy thing for them to say, okay, we'll help. And so
wow.
I'm just curious for both of you, Mary and Mel, um, when when the government announced the lockdown, and of course you are faced with this new way of new environment of teaching kids, how did you feel at the time, and what are the challenges that you faced?
When we had the lockdown where face-to-face is no longer allowed, Miss Joy, we found difficulty. There were a lot of challenges because we are not ready. We are
Mm-hmm.
not ready to face those difficult challenges because basically we do not have enough funds to
Mm-hmm.
address the existing issues like we don't have printed materials at hand. Teachers had to give their time, much more of their time, in printing those materials for the learners have something to use weekly. We
Mm-hmm.
distribute the materials every week with the support, of course, of our barangay officials. And we had again the project called SMB Tagay Express. We tap their assistants that they come in school to collect those modules, those packets, and deliver them to
Mm-hmm.
the learners at their home.
Mm-hmm.
So very difficult because as I have said, we are
Yeah.
not ready and prepared for it, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So how were you feeling at the time, Mel?
Well, ma'am, we were quite hesitated. As Ma'am Hazel said, we were not really ready for the situation, but we did our best to cope and adjust ourselves with the
Mm-hmm.
situation, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So we need to adapt, and you guys adapted fast, and you seek for the help that you needed just because for the kids, and you don't want to stop your school. But if I'm curious, when is the school done in the Philippines?
The school year will end by July, ma'am.
Okay, so what happened then after July? Those walkie-talkies will be collected, and then if this pandemic will still continue, it will be used again in the next school year.
Exactly, Miss Joy.
Okay, that sounds good. So I know that there's a lot of things that is going on right now, and I know that you guys mentioned about also these kids who are starving and because their parents are not be able to provide. So what do you think about that, Mel? Like how do you see these parents like especially these kids when you're doing the class with them. And you know what is fascinating? I have seen some of your pictures, guys, that even though they are in their homes, they're wearing their uniforms and they're like sitting that diligently, and it just super cute. So I can't resist. We're gonna be doing some posting of those pictures soon. But Mel, how do you see these kids? Because I know that sometimes they're starving because other parents cannot provide due to lack of work. So what can you tell about that?
Uh, Before I answer your question, let me thank you first, ma'am, because we are very lucky here in BNES for having you, ma'am, Miss Angie and Miss Joy. We really lucky here. Uh, During our session, when we conduct our classes via two-way radio, uh, the pupils are so excited. They are very active uh, with this two-way radio. Uh, we can explain to them the lessons clearly. They can ask questions. Uh, on the spot, we can answer their queries. And with the assistance also of the parents who are also guiding them, both the parents and the children, they are also learning.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yes. And with the use of two-way radio, uh, we do not need to go to visit for home
Mm-hmm.
visitation. We can uh, we can monitor them. We can remind them always of their assignments. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing more, ma'am, is that we are not only the lessons from the modules we are conducting, we also conduct remedial reading, especially in the lower
Oh
grades.
wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The kinder and the grade one, they are the foundations of education, ma'am. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we taught them the basic lessons in teaching how to read.
Wow, that's very nice. And I like the fact that you said that, like, it's not only the students now that you guys are reaching, you're also reaching the parents because there are so many parents, especially like I grow up in a very remote area in Abra. And I know that, my dad is no read, no write. So, like, if you are doing that walkie talkie and you're teaching the children, and the parents are listening, that is like wow, that's amazing because now they can learn together with you guys. So that's great. It's a great idea. I love the fact that you are thinking of not only just like I can feel, like Joy said, I can feel that your passion and you're all going the extra mile to get these kids be educated in a very good way. So I want to salute you, thank you, and appreciate you for doing what you do and going the extra mile to be helping the students. So you guys are amazing. So we're just so blessed to be of service, to be an instrument, to be helping you guys and making your job easier. I know it's not easy because through the emotional, physical, and everything that you're doing, it's not easy. So we are just so blessed that we can be part of serving the kids through you, and also, of course, with the initiative that we are doing, and we're hoping and praying that we can do more. So I know that there are more things that you guys need. What else do you guys need? Like in this in the midst of all this chaotic situation that you are going through right now, what are the needs of the kids that you're seeing?
We are planning to sustain the program which I mentioned a while back, the Busog Lusog Talino, because I believe that if the stomach is empty, the mind doesn't work. Even if they have the radius at hand, if the stomach is starving, we
Yeah.
want them to give food at least, even if it's not so sufficient enough to cater the needs for the rest of the days. But at least we are extending, we are letting them feel that we care for them, that we love them, even in a just very little means. We want them to deliver the we want them to teach the basic health hygiene.
Oh
We keep
yes.
on giving them the toothbrush, the toothpaste, the soap, washing soap, so that even at home they still need to learn and continue making themselves hygienic and healthy. This is their means to combat the pandemic. We want them to know and learn how to become healthy as well by teaching them the very basic in life, mom.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what's the percentage of these kids, like especially in your school? What's the percentage of the kids that are really struggling? How's the percentage? Like it's just a lot.
At least 35% of the school enrollment, because as of the moment we are catering 30 because that's the only budget that we can have through solicitations. Again, we keep on tapping, we keep on asking financial assistance from different friends, from the civic minded individuals who understand our goal, our mission to give food, to give health supplies with these children. But if we will be having adequate funds, we are planning to give them all so that it would be fair and equal enough. No one would be left behind.
Mm. So the 30% are the only percentage
The
of.
indigent one, we call them the indigent. Those who are really in need based on the economic status of the family and based on the result of their health status
Mhm.
during the weighing, the beginning of the school year, ma'am.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have a
Wow.
question. Have you ever considered presenting your project to or to the LGUs, to the local, to the government units, so that so that probably they can help fund some of your projects?
We started with the non-government organization because for the LGU they had already extended their help through the repair of our classrooms.
Mm.
They set aside money from their funds to cater with our buildings. That's
Mhm.
why we look for another means aside from them just to work these projects out, ma'am.
Mhm.
And for the government, for the start of the school year, we had the school-based feeding program. They finance the school. All schools in the division of ABRA had funds for this project. But afterwards, after having 60 days supplement for the food, it ended there. Then we continued. We didn't stop when the SBFP program of the government stopped. The school didn't stop. We continue looking for means and funds so that
Mhm.
these learners would continue receiving food and other supplies, ma'am.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I remember. I don't know, Angie, if you remember when we were small kids.
Yeah.
Probably Mel and Mary Hazel were not born yet at the time. Um, I remember going
Yes.
to my mom was teaching in a public school, and do you remember this Nutri Buns? And from the government, they every day these Nutri Buns are delivered, and this is like pandesal, like really packed pandesal, where there's a lot of nutrients in it, so that kids in public school at the time will go to school not hungry.
Yeah.
A lot of the public school kids
Yeah.
don't have the means, right?
Yeah, I know. For me, Joy, it's not the nutri buns. For me, it's the powdered milk.
Oh yes, and
I
that
almost died because of that. It choked me. Like I eat it because I was so hungry. I was starving, and I just like eat it, and I almost like I got choked, and I almost died because it just stopped on my throat, and I can't breathe. So that I will never forget. That powder milk.
yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
the milk and the Nutri Buns, right? And
The
I
nut-
remember my mom even brought some milk, those milk, that powdered milk at home. And if there are
Oh
extra Nutri Buns, she would bring it at home or give it to the kids
yes.
for their siblings.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, you know what, ladies, you're doing such an amazing job, and please extend uh, um, our congratulations. I will say congratulations because nobody can do what you do most,
Mhm.
and you guys are doing such an amazing, wonderful, being heroes to all these kids, and the things that you are doing right now. I do believe that down the road these kids will know, and this is gonna serve as your legacy because they look up to you, and whatever you are doing, guys, I know that like God will provide. I always say God will provide, and to us it's not a responsibility to help me and Joy, but it is actually a wonderful act of kindness because we've been through that. We know exactly how we feels when we were still back home, and I cannot I will never forget that, and that's why we're doing what we do and what we can into putting some funds together with the help of all, of course, the people who believe in what we are doing, and we help out because it is a privilege to be able and have the means to help. So thank you for this opportunity. We want to thank you for coming to us, and telling us what's you guys are needing, especially the kids. But um, the moment I spoke with Joy about these walkie talkies, I didn't sleep, and I've been thinking how we can do this. I know it's in we are all having this hard time all over the world, but we know that there are still some ways into to helping, and Joy is again I Joy gonna be telling you the good news, but Joy has something to tell you guys, and I'm super excited. There is also what we did, a brighter future for the next generation. That is my actually project that I came up with. It's a brighter future for the next generation, catering to all the children, whatever the needs of the children. However we can help, we will assist. We are also in collaboration with Solar Hope, with all the people who doesn't have no light in the very remote areas in the Philippines. Solar Hope is already all over, and they're also willing to collaborate with us and doing the brighter future. So the Solar Hope is providing lights to all those people who are still using the kerosene, and who are still having no means of light at all. So that's what they are doing. So we're partnering with them, and so with Joy and I, with this brighter future. We do believe that there's things that we can do. So if you guys are listening, and before I forget, I really want to say hello to our viewers. Alicia, thank you so much for watching. Alicia is one wonderful youth also who's doing everything she can in her leadership to accumulate some funds together in a wheelchair that we just did, the wheelchair foundation that we just did. They just contributed 2 wheelchairs wheelchairs to go to two recipients in the Philippines. In fact, we accumulated 28 wheelchairs, like over 170,000 pesos brought to the Philippines to buy some wheelchairs for those people who are really in need. And also she loves the lusog busog talino. It's awesome. She agreed with that. Salva Grace, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you. And I know there's somewhere in my accounts, I know that you guys are watching, and so hopefully if you're listening to Joy and Mary and Mel, I know that we have some means to be helping them out, and hopefully we can come out with this. But other than that, I'm gonna give you Joy, and Joy will give you the news.
Yes. So thank you, Angie. So Angie and I are planning to, as Angie said, to raise more funds to help, probably meet that quota or the target numbers that you have, so that all kids will have an opportunity to have their own
Walkie
units
talkies.
without changing hands. And actually, this will also provide better learning for them instead of exchanging. So with that, I will be starting with providing another 10 units for you. And while doing that, at the same time, Angie and I will also continue to fundraise for this initiative.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful news. God bless your heart, Joy. But what our plan is to provide the 68, if there's already still 68, hopefully sooner or later. So that's the plan. Or if you guys want, whatever you need to do with the money, if you want to continue with another project or whatever it is, it's totally up to you. But our target is to provide that 68. But if you think that the lower grades can share or whatever, especially those lower grades, and you can use the funds for some or other projects, it's totally up to you. We trust you, and we give that trust to you that you're gonna do what's best for the kids. And so if we can come out with the funds, we will send it to you, like Joy have sent the first funds. We're going to send it to you, and you do whatever you need to get done, and you prioritize on what the needs of the kids, which one comes first. Okay, so that's our commitment, and we're hoping that we can bring on, but maybe if Coach Joy will be sending that funds ahead, so that you guys can order another 10 units, or I can put in some money there too, to get more units for you, to order more units for you. And whatever we're gonna come out with the other funds, you guys you gonna dispose it in your own way, discretion. So it will be so amazing to see these kids, and please would love to have some updates. We have some people around that are willing and open to help us. So just keep us some more updates and see how you guys are doing. We are with you, and you guys are just one few of all the schools out there, and we're expanding this. And actually, Joy, I need to tell you this: there's more principals in Pangasinan who are like connected with us already, and there's so much more coming in. And yeah, I'm getting goosebumps, like I'm thinking about it, because there are some more principals and who connected with us. And also Michelle, Lucina Valera from Edmonton, who is a realtor, is also on a way of bringing some funds together. So because you guys are the first, we will accomplish what needed to accomplish in your school, and we move forward, and we're gonna be helping you out also with your feeding. I want that lusog busog talino. What do you think about that, Joy? We're gonna
Amazing.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, sounds good. So we're gonna be funding that too also, God willing, every single month. to continue that lusog busog talino. And as I said, because you guys are the first, we will accomplish what we need to, what we committed with you guys. And I know there's a lot more of the principals and teachers who are eyeing on us and what we are doing. So we will do everything we can with God's grace. We're gonna get that strength to really accomplish these things that comes our way. So, but continue doing what you need, what you are doing. You are a wonderful individual and example, and keep shining, keep inspiring. There's a lot of people like you around the world who's really looking to some ways in helping other people. So please be that example. Please be that role model, that you're not only thinking about yourself, but you're thinking first what you can do for the children. And that's why God had put you into that position, into that career, because he knows what your heart is all about. So continue doing what you do. And as I said, we are here to support you. Just update us. And we're not promising anything, but I do believe, especially with Joy, I know that we're gonna come up with something. So
Yes, you're right. There's always a solution.
so what's any message to them, Joy? Message
Well, yes,
encouragement.
and Angie, you have such a good heart, and when you came to me with this project, I didn't hesitate at all. And when I spoke with when we spoke with Mary Hazel and Mel tonight, I can see your compassion, your love for your pupils, your love for your job as teacher, your your love for education. And this comes out when you the two of you were sharing your story. So keep up what you're doing. Education is an essential part of our lives, especially for kids in the Philippines. It's education that will bring forth a better life for a lot of people. It's education that will make these kids thrive as individuals and adults in the future. So, you know what? Pwede kayong patayuan na ributo. You are doing great.
Yes.
You are so awesome, and you have to celebrate that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Joy. I know that every single one of us needs that inspiration, needs that strength, and to be given that hope and faith that everything that we do every day contributes to the growth of a single person, and especially with this younger generation. So brighter future is what our mission all about. So that's
Mhm.
amazing, Joy. Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful inspiration for these two. Let's go ahead and ask Mary on what your thoughts and also message to all our viewers around the world.
Well, it has been tough period for all of us, but we believe that there is a silver lining in every cloud. We stand for education because we love our learners, and we are making it possible and easy because of you guys, because of your benevolence and generosity. And I'd like to take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to all our dear stakeholders, my co-public servants, the parents and benefactors, our LGU, the barangay officials, my DepEd family, especially SDU ABRA, the non-government organizations. We have Gong Lutibukay, Pinoy all over the world, who are untiring and overflowing supporting our projects. And we are so blessed enough that we have to meet you both, Ma'am Angie and Miss Joy. You are our angels. You are our answered prayers to God, because I keep on praying every night that someone would come along and help us to realize all these projects, because we always think for the betterment of our learners and parents, because without them, we are not here in the school. We do not have the job to perform without our learners. That's why we are sending back the blessings. We are giving back the chances that we were given the opportunity to work with these amazing people. And thank you enough for your guidance, for your assistance, and for the love We felt the love because you keep on following up. You keep on asking me for updates, and rest assured that everything that we will be done, we will keep you posted, Mom Angie and Miss Joy. Thank you. A million thanks to all of you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mary. You're gonna make me cry. Thank you so much. And yeah, to all the people around the world who are watching us and watching this show, let your heart be touched. We know that we are all struggling, but guess what, guys? We are privileged to have what we have, and we are blessed to be where we are. There's a lot more people, there's a lot more problem in the world. You just don't realize because you focus on yourself. But if you live for others and if you think about others, you will never have no time to feel sorry about yourself. And if you will do that, believe me, you will be happy. It will be a fulfilled life that you're going to be living, and a joy that will always radiant in your face. So, guys, if you are seeing and listening to the show, we know that you're capable. We know that you have some. We're not like, we're not asking for ourselves. We're asking for these kids. So if you have $1 to spare, whatever it is, it's always nice to help. As I said, $1 can go a long way. So thank you so much, Mary, for coming and joining our show. And we truly appreciate you and everything that you do. Let's go to Mel.
Actually, ma'am, I'm really nervous right now. This is my very first time to have this kind of interview.
You did
Uh,
amazing. Oh my gosh. That's good. That's good.
Thank you, ma'am. First and foremost, ma'am, I would like to thank you for, likewise with Miss Joy. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us this rare opportunity to hear the voice of Bukay North Elementary School teachers. I'm representing the BNES teachers. No? And thank you so much for your generosity and your kindness.
You're
My
very
message,
welcome.
my message to the BNES pupils, don't stop on dreaming. Keep on moving. Always pursue your dreams amidst this pandemic. Education must go on. Study harder and be patient. The Lord is watching us. He's watching on you. He is guiding and protecting you. And for the parents, my message to them is give give your children more support.
Mhm.
Don't let them feel alone. Always be at their side. Be patient enough to assist them on answering their modules. But please, parents, don't push them too much. Don't make them stressed. Give them give them time also to play and relax. For my fellow BNES teachers, let's keep the good practices we're doing. We must always be united with one goal, always guided by the vision and mission of the Department of Education, and live with the core values. Let's be the instrument in fulfilling our learners' dreams. And as second parents, let's do our best to treat them with love, fairness, and respect. And together, we make difference.
That's awesome.
To close, ma'am, thank you again, Miss Angie and Miss Joy, and to all the members of the organization, of your organization. God bless you all, ma'am, and more power. To God be the glory.
To
To
God be the
God
glory.
be the glory. Yes, thank you so much, Mel. That's wonderful. And I want to take this time to thank Janella. What's the name, Mary? Janella? What's her name?
Janela, yes ma'am. Janela.
Jamela. Janella. Thank you so much, Janella, if you're watching the show. Thank you so much for bringing the concern of the school and connecting me with Mary Hazel. It's been a pleasure to be of service again, and to all the people who have supported us with our first initiative. Joy and I is very high, we highly appreciate you, and hopefully we can continue to do more and expand our service to other more people out there.
Mhm.
So again, thank you guys so much. I really truly appreciate your time being here tonight. And as I said, we salute you in everything that you do, and we would love very much to see your success and to see all your accomplishments, especially with the kids' education, and for helping them with the Lusog Busog Talino. We're hoping that that will continue, and we would love very much to be part of it. So, thank you guys so much. And Joy, I really truly appreciate you, my sister, my friend, for supporting every initiative that I do, and for always trusting me and believing in me and being there, to always not questioning like what is it for and everything, because I know that you understand my heart, like being my sister. You know exactly where all those support is going. So again, guys, thank you so much. We're coming up into the hour. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you, Joy, for co-hosting the show. And for all the people, please, Mel and Mary, extend our love to all your students, your pupils, and to all the parents, and give them our love. And hopefully down the road, there will be a time that will this pandemic will be over. We're hoping that you guys can celebrate together. So again, guys, you have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Have a happy long weekend to all the people here in Canada having their long weekend. Have a blast. Enjoy every moment of every day, and we love you. We thank you, and thank you so much, Kuya Jose, for watching, and all our viewers around the world. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joy, for being here.
My pleasure.
Thank you, guys, and good night, everyone, and good morning over there in the Philippines.